Before I begin, I just want to remind everybody this is an ongoing investigation. I'll try to answer a few questions that I can, but not any questions that would jeopardize the investigation that's currently still ongoing. During the incident, we discovered two male gunshot victims that were later transported to Novant Health Presbyterian Medical Center in Charlotte. In addition, a third victim, after we got there, was identified, a female that suffered a superficial wound to the neck area. She approached investigators after the investigation had started and the scene was secure. She had already had a Band-Aid on her neck. Sorry. She was offered additional medical attention, but we do not know if she received additional medical attention at that time or later, though we offered it. None of the gunshot victims sustained life-threatening injuries. Because this is an ongoing active investigation, we are not releasing names of victims to protect the investigation. However, we have made an arrest in this case. To my right, you see Talib Latrell Kelly, age 21, of Salisbury. He was one of the male victims that was involved. He was a victim that was shot and also identified as a shooter. Mr. Kelly is not a Livingstone student. Like I said, he is from Salisbury. He is currently still being treated at Presbyterian Hospital in Charlotte. Mr. Kelly is charged with attempted first-degree murder, discharging a firearm on educational property, and possession of a firearm by felon. After we secured the scene Saturday night, we were confident that there was no immediate threat to the campus or community based on what we knew at the time. Our investigation has since revealed that there are additional suspects that we are looking to identify. Therefore, we ask for public assistance. Suppose you have video of this incident. In this case, we urge you to private message the Salisbury, North Carolina Police Department Facebook page, or you can email the Rowan Regional Crime Information Center at rrcic@salisburync.gov. The Crime Center will be funneling all information to Criminal Investigations Division. In addition, if you would like, you can call the Criminal Investigations Division directly at 704-216-5262. The Salisbury Police Department would like to thank the following agencies that assisted during the incident. First and foremost, Livingstone Campus Police and Security. But in addition to that, we'd like to thank the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, the Rowan County Sheriff's Office, North Carolina ALE, the State Highway Patrol, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, East Spencer Police Department, China Grove Police Department, Salisbury Fire Department, Rowan Emergency Services, and Rowan Emergency Medical Services. I'll take just a few questions, but do realize this is an active investigation, so I'm limited in what I can and cannot answer.
What were the security measures like there on the night that this happened? What did people have to go through? Metal detectors, pat-downs? What can you tell us about that?
It was an outdoor event, and to gain access, it was an outdoor event. It was much after the football game, so they had to come through the main gate. Because it was an outdoor event, we went to our standard protocol. Our protocol was to have 6 officers. We had 7, with the understanding that we would have assistance from Salisbury PD if necessary.
Mr. Kelly is listed as one of the victims in this case, but also a suspect, but he apparently did have a gunshot wound to him, I would assume. Is there reason to believe that these additional suspects that you guys are looking for may have been responsible for his gunshot?
Yes, there is reason to believe that. We just have not identified those additional suspects.
In addition to that, we made a point of mentioning that there have been a number of other incidents. You actually mentioned the Catawba incident yourself. That happened late last year, but there have been, this is the third type of incident where that has caused panic. There was the, I think, the Salisbury High School incident as well that caused a little bit of panic as well. What can you say to people who are nervous about going out in public because of these situations that have been happening in Salisbury?
I will reassure the public that though these incidents have seem to occur most recent, that overall crime is down, overall violent crime is down, and the Salisbury Police Department, puts together measures to address crime in the areas that are needed to be and enforce safety or try to promote safety for those, and it is safe to go out.
Do we know the circumstances surrounding the argument that precipitated the gunfight?
No. We just know that it resulted in an altercation. What the altercation was about, we do not know. It's ongoing investigation.
Had Mr. Kelly had any run-ins with Salisbury PD previously to this encounter?
Yes.
Can you speak to what those responses were?
Just many interactions with Salisbury Police Department in the past, and I don't have the record in front of me, so I don't want to go on record speaking of what his past was.
Is his mugshot from a previous arrest from you guys?
This is, yes, it was. This was a mugshot from August of this year.
We understood, I believe this is right, that 2 students may have been injured just trying to get away once this started. Can anything be said about their conditions? Are they okay, or anything about them?
Because of privacy laws, we're not at liberty to share that information.
And I'll reiterate that none of the victims had life-threatening injuries.
This question's for the president of the university. You all are a historically black college, and I can imagine that next year we'll probably be talking about this is the first year anniversary of a shooting that happened at the HBCU. But I want to talk about the responsibility of how we're reporting this historically, right? But also when it comes to the safety of your event and making sure it doesn't get away from what the safety looked like all year, right? This is just one incident. This doesn't say what your whole college is about, but what will you tell to the people about the safety of all of your events and have this one event not be the precipitation of everything about your college?
That's right. We have to realize that we execute our mission in the city of Salisbury, and we're not immune from incidents of gun violence, no more than a Walmart might be or other places. We will continue executing our mission, but doing so safely. Hindsight is 20/20. If nothing had happened, our protocol of having 7 officers would have been great. But in light of what happened, we have to evaluate it and think about it. But one thing we will not do is close our gates and our doors, because that would be irresponsible. Because Livingstone College is a beacon of hope for many people in the West End community. And so our doors will continue to hang on welcome hinges, but we will make sure that we're able to do that safely.
As tragic as disturbing as this event has been, what has it done for the university, the community, and security for your campus? What good has come out of this for you?
Well, it gives us an opportunity to evaluate where we are and to think about what we need going forward. The one thing that it has also done has demonstrated the power of community. You think about this, I think that this press conference is really unprecedented. Very shortly after an incident like that, you have the mayor, the municipalities coming together to address an issue that impacted our entire community. We're not immune from it, so we have to work together to solve it. Gun violence is real, not only in Salisbury, but across this nation, and we have to come together and lend our collective voices. It has also brought us together as a campus community. You have to think about the resolve of our students who are saying that this won't deny us, this will not derail us. One thing that I will say that it has done is also had partners and friends from outside of Salisbury say, we want to come to Livingstone College and help because we see what you're doing and we agree that your mission is too important to take for granted.
Dr. Davis, I know on Sunday, and this is, you spoke to just part of this a minute ago, you were commenting that you hope to see the community get behind Livingstone College and support you. Have you found that to be the case?
It is evident by the outpouring of support that we have received, and even if you look around this room, I'm very appreciative Because all too often, you know, the images are, well, you know what, that is a shooting and let's ignore it. This community is rallied with Livingstone College to say, you're a part of Salisbury and we are a part of you. Thank you so much.
Captain, can you answer one question? I know that sometimes it's difficult to get the community to talk to the police department when they know something. What would you say to the community to encourage them to come forward, even if it's anonymously, if they have information?
Any way that they want to give us information, it helps our investigation. If people don't cooperate and don't give us the information they might know, it just makes it harder for us and longer for us to solve the case. So if you're comfortable anonymously, by all means, give us the information and we'll do the work that we have to do to figure out another aspect of unturning that information.
Captain, I know you may not be able to answer, but can you say if there were any weapons recovered at the site, at the scene?
It is ongoing, so.
Dr. Davis, this story has made national news. I think NBC News actually was one that pushed this story out yesterday. So this is going to be a topic of Google searches for Livingstone College. This is going to be something that's going to be coming up for the next little bit. You do not want this incident to define this college. How do you want to do it? Can you go into specifics as to how the recovery out of this, I guess, in a sense?
I'm going to answer that carefully.
Yeah.
It shouldn't define Livingstone College. I think we've been in existence for 143 years, producing graduates who compete and contribute in the global society. That's our mission. When these incidents happen, they don't define who you are, but more importantly, what they do is they reveal your resolve, and that's what this will do. Again, and I'm repeating myself, we are resilient, relevant, and ready.
Any other questions?
Captain, one last thing. Can you say, it was in the original press release, but just about the idea that you don't perceive that this is a threat to the community, even though there are other suspects who are still at large?
Yes, that is correct. It was determined that night with the information that we had that it was the result of an altercation, which ultimately ended the way it did. And we determined then that it was not a threat to the community or the campus any further at that point, and that there's no further threat.
And to be clear here, there's no motive that you are aware of?
All we know is that an altercation ensued. As far as the motive, still investigating. Yes, ma'am.
And I apologize if I'm incorrect, but I remember you all getting a grant for some corridors of the city right after that incident at Cava College. Could you tell me how in any way it might be helping in the investigation of this, or any resources, or if any way it's helped the department in any relation to this?
So we're still in the beginning stages of the grant, so that actually has not been implemented. We just hired a coordinator position for that grant that starts on October 31st, so we're in the initial stages, so nothing has been contributed by the grant at this point, but that is coming in the very near future, hopefully by the first of the year.
Can you say if Mr. Kelly is cooperating with police?
I'm not going to comment on anything with Mr. Kelly right now as far as.
Can you comment on his, you mentioned previous criminal history, various other charges. I mean, is it just limited to Salisbury, or is it limited to Rowan County or other parts of the area?
So I don't know about other areas, but he does have criminal charges in the past with Salisbury, and as I mentioned, he is charged with possession of firearm by felon.
And the suspects that you are potentially looking for, do you know if they are also from the area or if they came from surrounding counties or cities?
We don't know. Yeah, if there's no more questions.